and a few of our other I've been going in and out of Ukraine since April 2022. I went out 2 times prior with a different organization. That's actually where I met Mike and a few of our friends, our interpreters, and some other instructors. It wasn't until probably about March of 2023 when Mike and I are kind of discussing how can we evolve more of what we want to do here in Ukraine, and how can we create a organization that we are proud to be a part of. And so me, Mike, and I believe it was Dr. Steve, we kind of all came together and we're like, how can we make this a fortified solution for what we would like to do in Ukraine and follow our own morals and values. And so we came up with Força Ukraine, and we have come out as that ever since, and it's been an amazing adventure and I love it. My favorite topic out of everything is whole blood transfusion. I think what makes it exciting and why I like it so much is because initially when I first started teaching it, I wasn't extremely confident in it. I understand like the basics of whole blood and kind of how to put everything together, but the more I teach it, the more I have learned to just love and appreciate what whole blood does and the components, and understanding how extremely important it is to bring that out here in Ukraine, and how important it is for us to teach it to our Ukrainian friends and our foreigner friends here in Ukraine. I honestly really love it when we're in team houses. I know people feel kind of like on top of each other, but it just feels very close, and that we kind of all are living in a zone together. But it's more so of like the team houses, like the one we had in Pokrovsk, where it was just very kind of like run down, and it was kind of in the middle of nowhere, because I really like it when we're not staying in, you know, Airbnbs or hotels, because this kind of shows more of like who we are and what we do. But I also really love our poop jokes, because I always seem to have stomach problems when we come out here, so it just makes it fun. Like we have our own little inside jokes, and not a lot of people can understand that and might think it's gross, but it really brings us all together. So I think the hardest part of Força missions for me is just keeping my brain from feeling scrambled. And so like I have ADHD, and so sometimes when I get overstimulated or overwhelmed, I get a little lagged in my brains, which is probably what's happening right now. I just, you know, I push myself past the tired that I haven't really experienced a lot unless I'm hanging around these missions, because we're constantly going, constantly rearranging trainings. I'm trying to better my trainings each time I do it, present my talks a little bit more with more information, and I think it's also ensuring that we're staying up to date with what, you know, the Ukrainian medics are seeing, and you know, putting our trainings to be more applicable to what they're dealing with and hands-on. And but I want to really say that that's the hardest. It's more so of this just ensuring that we're staying on top of new ideas, new ways of thinking, and bringing the best stuff forward for them. So like, how about talk about a more acute one? So when we were in Kyiv, you know, I've heard ballistics hit, I've heard drones hit, but that night when we had a threat of ballistics come in, and not even, a minute and a half, 2 minutes later, we heard it, and it literally sounded as if it was coming through the windows, because it was going right overhead, thankfully. But that was probably the most intense acute fear that I've had, because I went from sleeping to this loud, abrupt sound. And I remember we were running down the staircase, and first time my body did like a full body shaking, and I was like, oh wow, what an adrenaline dump. But then I went right back to normalcy, which was kind of like a mind trick on me a little bit. I was like, oh, that was normal, that was fine. But obviously it wasn't the most scariest thing that we've gone through, but that's just the most acute memory that I can think of, because I just remember being like, oh, that was really loud. I thought it was coming through our doors, our windows. I feel like everyone said sad ice cream.
No one said ice cream.
Sad ice cream. I love sad ice cream. I think So for me, it's the sad ice cream bit. I know we kind of created that when Finch initially left us in the beginning of the trip from our first time out here. And we had done this thing where we went and got sad ice creams because we were sad that he was leaving, so we made it sad ice cream time. But now it's kind of like our end of mission sad ice cream, or we're done with training sad ice cream, or any excuse to have ice cream. It's just, and it's fun. We take pictures. I would love to do a collage one day of all our sad ice cream pictures because I'm pretty sure we have like 100 or hundreds of them, and it's one of my favorite pastimes with you guys.